Hi, I'm Daniel with the Economics Tutoring Center, and following on the last video, we're still talking about production possibilities curves. Now we're going to look at a chart. Remember to check with your professor first to check on terminology because different classes, come at things just a little bit differently. So the numbers are still the same. You see we have guns and we have butter, and if an economy is producing all guns, they have, are going to produce 30 guns. If they're producing all butter, at point F here, it's 12 butter. And then we have, everything's the same, but I've gone ahead and started drawing a chart. So we have here, point A is represented by a Y value of 30 because guns on the Y axis. All the way down to point F over here is 12 on the X axis and 0Y because B, butter, is on the X axis. And then here's an intermediary point that's still right on the curve. This is point D. So as you can see, we have an X value of 9, so 9 butter, and a Y value of 20, which is 20 guns. G, as you notice, is on the right hand of the production possibility curve because we have 10 here. So we went up from X value of 10 all the way up and still 30 across. So just keep that in mind as we're going through. First, we're going to talk about what each of these points mean. So this curve, any point that's on the curve, we consider efficient. What's going on is if, at point A, this is where everything in the economy and everybody in the economy is working to produce guns. Even if somebody's a butter maker, the government or some entities come and said, we're all going for guns. So if that's the case, this economy is able to produce 30 guns. If maybe the next day the government or some entities, the economy decides everything and everybody is going to be used to produce butter, this curve is telling us that they're going to be able to produce 12 butter. And both of these points or both of these combinations are considered efficient because we're using everything we have in the economy. Then these intermediary points in the chart or this line on the graph, these are also efficient points right on the line because these are trade-offs. So point D, in the economy, looks like some of the people and some of the capital are going to be producing guns, and people who are good at producing butter, so maybe some of the farmers and some of the farm equipment is going to be used to produce butter, in that case, you can see now really we're producing a little bit, a couple fewer guns, and we're producing a lot more butter than point A. So we gave up, talking about opportunity costs, we gave up, as you calculated before, we gave up 10 guns, but we gained 9 butter. So that was the trade-off there. Point G, you notice, is to the right of the possibilities curve. It's farther out here. It would be great if the economy could do this because they're producing just as many guns, 30 as point A, but they also have 10, let me draw this in, we're going to put it right here, 10, also producing 10 butter. Unfortunately, because it's on the outside of the curve, this is infeasible. There's not enough people, there's not enough capital in the economy. There's no way to do it. That's more to ask of them than they can do. Contrarily, we don't have it marked here, but I could choose any point in here. We're going to call this one H. Let's say this is 15 guns, and this is 4 units of butter. We call this inefficient. It's possible, we know, because it's on the inside of the curve, it's possible to do better, but this is where the economy is at. It is feasible, as we talked about. It's completely in reality. Unlike G is impossible or infeasible. H is completely feasible. Yet H is inefficient because it's not on the curve yet. Alright, so one more thing we're going to talk about in this video is determining the opportunity cost from A to B, and then also what the per unit opportunity cost is. They're slightly different things. If we wanted to simply know the opportunity cost from A to B, let's talk about in terms of butter. So what's the opportunity cost of producing more butter? We're going from 0 at A, and we're going to 2. So the change in butter is pretty straightforward, but I'll write it out. 2 minus 0, it's what we're moving to minus what we had. So we gained 2 butter. We notice with guns from A to B, we're going from 30 to 29. So you started at 30, so it's really it's a -1. So we're going to 29 minus 30 equals -1, which is a hint that we lost 1 gun. So we gained 2 butter and we lost 1 gun. So now to figure out the opportunity cost. So now we've seen that to move from A to B, the opportunity cost of gaining 2 butter is losing 1 gun, or the opportunity cost is 1 gun. But what if we wanted to know what the opportunity cost is of an additional butter? In this case, where we already found the opportunity cost of 2 butter, but we just want to know a unit change of 1 butter. Well, it's pretty straightforward still. So we gained 2, but we want to find out what the cost is for 1. So we know if the loss of 1 gun happens when you gain 2 butter, if you only want 1 butter, we're just going to divide this by 2. So -1 divided by 2 equals -0.5. The opportunity cost of 1 butter is going to be losing a half a gun. It makes sense. When you gain 2 butter, you lost 1 gun, so half of this, you're losing a half a gun. If you look at another point, in this case, you jumped up by 3 butter, I'm going to do this one too. So if we gained 3 butter, how many guns did we lose? We lost 3. So if we were talking from B to C, the opportunity cost of gaining 3 butter was losing 3 guns. But what is the opportunity cost of a single butter here? Well, we take our gains, 3 butter, divided by our losses, 3 guns, equals 1. So from B to C, the opportunity cost of a single unit of butter was 1 gun. Thank you. If you have any further questions on this or any other part of your problem set, please come into the Econ Tutoring Center and we'd love to help you out.